right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Tonight, a man is in custody after police say he shot and killed an employee in Maryland Heights. Good evening, I'm Brent Solomon. Today's deadly shooting marks the second time this week gunfire has rang out at a Maryland Heights business. Now at 10, 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend with the very latest.
It was a tense situation for hours. In the air, a police drone flew over this commercial district near Dorset Road and Metro Boulevard in Maryland Heights. On the ground, armed officers on the go after emergency calls went out around 12:30 Friday afternoon.
This started as an armed robbery.
Police say a masked man walked inside Pride staff, announced a robbery, and then robbed the small temp agency.
Upon completing the robbery, he exited through the back door of the business.
Investigators say a male employee from Pride staff ran outside, hopped in his Ford Bronco, and tried to locate the robber. Police say the employee and armed robber got into a confrontation in the parking lot behind the business, and within moments, they say the suspect shot and killed the 33-year-old worker.
Initially, we had reports that the gunman was on foot in the neighborhood.
As a precaution, police notified all nearby businesses and asked owners to lock all their doors and windows. A source told 5 on Your Side the suspect is a former Pride staff employee, but the police chief stopped short of confirming that.
At this point, there's a lot more information, but I have to hold off on releasing any more information.
Nearly 4 hours later,
we've narrowed him down to a certain area.
Maryland Heights police posted on social media that they arrested the suspected robber. This was the second deadly shooting at a Maryland Heights business this week. On Wednesday, police say a 23-year-old man shot and killed his 52-year-old co-worker inside this Dobbs Tire and Auto shop after an argument. The West County area is typically quiet.
But the reality is it can happen anywhere, and there's no community that is immune from acts of violence.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
And 5 on Your Side sources say prosecutors are expected to file first-degree murder charges tomorrow. The Missouri Highway Patrol wants your help breaking up a $150 billion illegal business. Next week, troopers are participating in a human trafficking awareness initiative. It's a concentrated effort to educate you about human trafficking, including the signs and immediate action you should take to save victims. Those signs include an older, unrelated travel partner, psychological coercion, physical trauma, a lack of control, and even a rehearsed response. Advocates at Safe Connection say having a cautious eye could save someone in need.
I've personally known teens who had to use sexual favors to pay for a couch to sleep on. And people don't always realize how scary it might be to be out on the streets and how few options you may have. It takes a long time to rebuild, and it takes a community.
So if you see someone in need, call star 55 or 911. Tomorrow, St. Louis County Police Officer Robert Woods would be laid to rest. He was killed in what investigators are calling a murder-suicide on Christmas Eve. His funeral will be held tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Cathedral Basilica. Following that service, there will be a procession for Officer Woods from the Basilica to St. Charles Memorial Gardens for his burial. Today, a celebration for Rosati Kane High following the fight to keep the school open. Back in September, alums learned that the Archdiocese of St. Louis would close the all-girls school because of the All Things New restructuring plan. The school now has funding to stay open. The board set up a 5-year financial plan, and a committee is now being formed to search for a president.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. We still need a lot of people to come to the table to help us with time, talents, resources, and so, but we continue to fight. We are strong. We'll come together, and we're making this happen.
The school will officially transition July 1st to Rosati Kane Academy. Well, the return to in-person classes at Central Visual and Performing Arts High School is being pushed back. Students and staff were supposed to return Monday, but now they will go back on January 17th. The school district says they need to postpone because of construction delays in the aftermath of the October 24th school shooting. Virtual options will be available for students who feel they need more time before coming back into the building. We have an update now on the Maplewood Richmond Heights Elementary School damaged when a water pipe ruptured. It happened over Christmas break. Tonight, the school district says students will go virtual come Monday. During repairs, the district determined it needs to do more mitigation efforts for air quality. An update is expected Monday. Happening right now, tonight, the U.S. House is back in session, still trying to elect the next House Speaker. Republican leader Kevin McCarthy is getting closer to victory on the fourth day of voting. Here's a live look inside the House chamber tonight, where a 14th vote is now underway. Right now, 4 Republicans have voted against McCarthy, 2 voted present. McCarthy needs to get to 217 votes now to become the next House Speaker, but he's 1 vote short tonight. 5 on your side will continue to follow the latest from the U.S. Capitol. If and when a speaker is chosen, we'll let you know on air and on KSDK.com, as well as on the 5 on your side app. Southwest Airlines says its service meltdown over the holidays could cost them at least $725 million. In a financial filing issued today, the airline said this will cause the company to report a fourth quarter loss. Revenue loss alone cost Southwest at least $400 million. The airline canceled more than 16,000 flights around Christmas. Well, in the aftermath of the Southwest travel meltdown, our Verify team looks into what airlines are required to pay if your flight is interrupted. Here's Brandon Lewis.
Thousands of flight cancellations sent travelers scrambling in recent weeks. Canceled flights aren't just stressful, they can also be expensive, with last-minute accommodations and food adding up. Now, one viral tweet claims you're entitled to food and hotel vouchers. So, let's verify. Are airlines legally required to pay for hotels and meals when your domestic flight is canceled? Our sources are the U.S. Department of Transportation and major U.S. airlines. Airlines are regulated by the U.S. Department of Transportation. The DOT says on its website, airlines are not required to provide passengers with money or other compensation for costs that fall outside of the canceled airline ticket and fees tied directly to the airline ticket when flights are canceled. That includes hotels and meals. So, no, airlines are not legally required to pay for hotels and meals when your domestic flight is canceled, regardless of the reason. But that doesn't always mean you're out of luck. If a flight cancellation is within an airline's control, like staffing or plane issues, then depending on the airline, they might cover meals or hotel stays. That's what Southwest's customer service plan states. But in general, if cancellations are caused by storms or other things outside of their control, U.S. airlines aren't required to issue vouchers or cover expenses. If you're flying internationally, then different rules may apply. We list more policies for other airlines on verifythis.com. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
And maybe there's something that we can verify for you. If so, email us at verify@ksdk.com. Well, go ahead and let the good times roll. Tonight is the 12th night after Christmas, and that marks the start of Mardi Gras in St. Louis. Earlier tonight, the Soulard Mardi Gras Board of Directors gathered to decide whether or not to begin the celebrations. You can probably guess what they decided. There are several Mardi Gras events happening in the next month, ending with the Soulard Mardi Gras celebrations on February 18th. Well, we've got Jim Castillo standing by. Hey, Jim.
Hi, Brent. So this weekend, it's a little bit cooler. The first 3 days of the month, 60s and 70s. We've been in the 40s, almost made it to 50 today. Some areas did south of St. Louis. Chance of rain in here, maybe a mix to even a snow shower or two north. We'll have more on this coming up.
Well, just in, the highly anticipated Mega Millions numbers are in. Go ahead, you want to grab your ticket. If you look at your screen right now, those numbers are 3, 20, 46, 59, 63, and the Mega Ball is 13. Right now, Mega Millions stands at $940 million. The estimated cash value, $486 million. Jim Castillo, if you won, I guess I won't see you at work tomorrow.
I'm sure the chances of that happening are almost zero.
You got to keep hope alive. That's what I was
Yeah,
always
keep
told.
hope alive. It's always fun, right? 13, the power, are the Mega Ball, huh? So next Friday is Friday the 13th, by the way. So I know we've had some warm days at the beginning of the month, and it is January, so we had some 60s the first and the second, 72 on the third. Today, 48. Yes, 48. So that past 3 days in the 40s. 39 right now. There's Florissant. And of course, the average high is 40 and average low about 24. So 48 today, 27 for the low. No precip, but the clouds really started to roll in. And by the way, that record low, 11 below zero back in 1884. So 39 right now. Temperature is probably not moving too much at all, down to about 36 tonight. And it is mostly cloudy. A chance of some showers in here in our southern counties, a light east wind. Then tomorrow, east wind at 5 to 15. There may be a gust to 20. And throughout the day, most of the day is dry. We make it into the mid 40s. And then by late afternoon, early evening, a chance of light showers or drizzle. But right now, that satellite radar shot just showing the clouds in the area. And we widen out the shot. You can see this area of low pressure really is a piece of energy coming from those storms that are hitting California. So it's not a strong system for us, and the air is so dry, this moisture has to overcome the dry air. Dew points are in the 20s. So overnight tonight, a chance of showers south of Interstate 44. And then as we go into tomorrow, very cloudy to start. Then in the afternoon, there it is, a chance of showers, St. Louis southward. Then by evening, all of us have a chance of showers. Maybe some cold enough air in our northern counties, places like Lincoln County, Calhoun County, Greene County, to see some snow mixing in. But the ground temperatures are so warm, we're not expecting any major accumulation. Maybe a dusting on the grassy areas. Roadways should be fine because it's been so warm. And then as we head into early Sunday, maybe a little mix for even St. Louis, but in general, about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, and that wintry mix is not expected to cause any travel issues. All right, 10-day forecast, 45 for Saturday, 43 for Sunday, both above average. And then look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the 50s. As we get into Thursday, a good chance of rain showers in here. It's too warm to have a mix, 52. Friday, we cool back down again to 43, and it looks like warming right back up again the following weekend.
All right, it's really not bad when you think about it.
Yeah.
I like it. Thank you, Jim. And thank you. That's all of our time at 10, but we've got Corey Miller standing by with 5 on your sideline.